In this video, I'll show you how to use spare parts in Smartspanner. Under Asset Management and Spare Parts, we can view a master spares list for the entire business. I can click on Add a new spare, and I'm going to put in a new spare called a V-Belt 460. For the site, this is the site where the spare part is being kept. And then the part number, I can add the supplier by selecting from the drop-down list, or if I start to type, it will filter the list for me. And if I want to add in a new supplier, if I type the name, I can add belt company as a new supplier, and it will be stored in the supplier database. So I can put in a current stock level, which I'll put 1, and a minimum stock level of 1. And the location is the physical store where this part is kept. I'm just going to call this main stores. And I can put in a unit cost. Let's say £5. The currency is being set in the settings of my system, and I can change the currency if I'm an admin. So once I've put in the details, I can then link this spare to an asset. So again, I can select from the drop down, or if I start to type, I'll put fridge. And that's created a link between the spare part and the asset. And if I go again, I can put in as many assets as I need to where this one spare part may be used. Later, when I look at these assets, I'll be able to see a specific spare parts list just for the asset. So I can hit save. And now the spare part has been put into my master spares list. So for the tasks, I can then find a task I've been working on where I replaced the belt, and I can open it. And then if I scroll down the task to the spare part section, I can add a spare part. And on the drop down, there's only one spare part that's been linked to this asset. So this would be the spare parts list only for that asset. So I'm going to select the V-belt and tell the system that I've used one and hit add. So now the spare part shows up on the task list. And because this task is being completed, it's already removed one item from stock. If the task hadn't been completed, it wouldn't remove the spare part from stock until the task has been completed. If I'd made a mistake and I wanted to remove that spare part, I can click to edit task, come down to the spares, and there's a cross on the right hand side where I can remove the spare part. And further down on the costs, the spare parts is now showing the £5 that we've used on that V-belt. And then hit save. And that's how to use spares on the task. Back on the spare parts list, I can export this list to Excel, and I can use that to run a stock take, or for a purchasing exercise if I needed to reorder some parts that were below the minimum stock level. In the supplier record, if I look up the company I just added, which was the belt company, I can then add in more information about service email, parts email, and the same for telephone details and the website. So that's how to use the suppliers and the spare parts in Smartspanner.